Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to do a quick tour of Sydney Airport Terminal A. Never flown out of here before, I'm not sure what it's like, but I'm flying business class, so hopefully just be able to go in here, have a little look around, hopefully show you the lounge if I've got time. Right, let's go. I've actually got here a little bit early today, and it seems that the check-in for British Airways opens 3 hours before departure, so don't arrive before 3 hours, I suppose. First impressions are that this airport is not particularly modern, certainly not as modern as Heathrow T5, or if you watch my Orlando Terminal C video, it doesn't look quite as new as that, but hopefully there's some stuff in here, because I've got a few hours and try and waste some time. Right, through security, and security was alright, but that was ridiculous from British Airways. I know it's like first world problems and all that, but they opened up 4 desks for economy and 1 desk for business and first. The economy queue completely emptied before the people in business were getting served. That is ridiculous. I know people will look at it and go, yeah, why are you flying business? But just expect a little bit better from British Airways. It just seems a bit illogical, and people getting well fed up. People who have paid all that money for first class, having to watch all the economy people go in front of them, they were well fed up. Anyway, through the terminal now, let's have a little walk around. I'm not sure this airport's really going to be any different to any other airports. First thing is duty free, alcohol, cigarettes. It's pretty much a carbon copy of every other airport that you see when you walk through. But yeah, just gonna have a little bit of a stroll about, see what restaurants they got. Looks very small, this terminal. I don't think we're gonna find very much in here. It's quite random colourful dresses. I think for this one, actually gonna be spending quite a lot of time in the lounge for once, because there ain't a lot in here. What I am gonna do is just go and check out the prices of some things, see how it compares to the UK. iPhone 15 Pro, 1761. I think that's actually quite a bit cheaper than the UK. So that's my usual gauge of is it cheaper or not, how much is an iPhone 15 Pro. An iPhone 15 Pro in there is 85 quid cheaper than what it is at the UK airport, so it is slightly cheaper. I do need a new iPhone, but I don't know if I feel completely comfortable about buying one here and then if I get any problems with it, buying it in Australia. I know with Apple you're normally pretty good, but just feels for the sake of 85 quid, it might not be worth it. Gonna go into the food court. Let's see what they got in here. So, first restaurant is over there. It's called the Bistro by Wolfgang Puck. No idea who that is, but that looks like a reasonably high-end restaurant. We've got a Heineken bar. It's quite smart. Pulp and grind. Sounding a bit odd. And then through here we've got a McDonald's. It's always important to have McDonald's if you've watched any of my other videos. And quite handy, KFC. So both fast food shops. Another one is called Sumo Green on Green. Not seen one of them before. We've got a chemist there, which if you're from the UK, looks like a boot. Yeah, quite a decent size food court here, and probably got everything you need. Malaysian restaurant over there as well to complete it. So not bad. It's always good when you've got a McDonald's and a KFC, so you can choose between one of those for your fast food fix. And that's the food court. $50 for a koala bear. Crazy. So make sure you buy your koala bears before you get to the airport, because they're pretty expensive. What I find in these airports is they just got these designer shops. There's just no one ever in them. And I think, how much is it costing them to have this shop open with these staff in here with no one in it? I mean look, there's 3 people in there doing nothing. Let's go to the next one. Let's have a look in here. No one in there. Cartier. 2 people doing nothing. Yves Saint Laurent. Anyone in there? No. 2 workers sat on their phones. Dior. There's actually one person looking at something in there. Hermes, not sure what that is, but completely empty. Gucci, next one. You want a Gucci? Nope, just a guy looking at his watch open, he can go home to. Rolex. One person on their phone. Mongler. No one in there. Burberry. Completely empty. People just stood there. Versace. Two workers just sat there chatting. What's this one? Prada. Two workers just chatting away. Belly. Worker just sat on his phone.
From how far? It's usually a direct
Valentino. Someone asking for directions. A gentle monster. And then you got all these ones in the middle here. So yeah, a whole circle of designer shops. I think there's probably 2 people in all of them, and they probably weren't buying anything. So I don't know how they make any money. Seems like I can go into a lounge called The House and the Qantas Lounge. So I'm going to go into Qantas Lounge because you'd think that, I would have thought Sydney is the home of Qantas and it would be better, but no idea. Right, there's the first lounge. And the business lounge is down here. You do actually get quite a nice aerial view of the terminal from up here. Right, here's the Qantas Lounge. Big, but it looks busy. Doesn't look as nice as the BA lounge at Heathrow. That's quite cool. Fountain soda, wine, beer, cold salady stuff, cakes, rice or something. Yeah, it looks like a curry. I'm sure I'd want to eat a curry before I'm on a flight. Tea and coffee. It's incredibly busy in here. Hardly any seats free. Just if you watch my review of the business class trip on the way out, you've heard me talking about this, where these lounges are often busier, or as busy as the terminal. Kind of grubby, this lounge. Floor's dirty, seats are dirty, got all like stains and things on them. I'm not that impressed with this. So I realise I'm going to sound like I'm really spoilt yet, but that lounge is not actually that good. As I said in my previous video, I don't really care about lounges, I find them a bit boring. But I suppose if you're going to go in there and you're paying for the experience, that lounge wasn't actually that good. There's no seat, hardly any seats free, the seats are all dirty, the floor's dirty, food wasn't that great, so I'm going to go and try a different lounge. Because with British Airways you can go in 2 lounges, you can go in Qantas or you can go into another one which is called The House. So I'm going to just make my way over there and see if that one's any better. The only thing with this, The House, I think it might be a bit like those number 1 lounges that you get in the UK, where basically anyone can just pay to go in there, so it might be super busy. There it is, The House. So this other lounge is actually quite a long way from where all the other stuff is. There's another McDonald's. So if the other McDonald's is super busy, you can come down here and use this one. It's a lot quieter. As I say, these other lounges are a long way from that centrepiece. Definitely this is the best McDonald's to come to. It's pretty much empty. So that's good to know. Right, here it is, The House. Let's go and check it out. So it looks like you can actually pay to come in here, $82.50. Let's go and see if it's worth that. It's about 40 quid. Let's go and see if it's worth 40 quid. Already looks quieter than the Qantas one. That's why I'm whispering. Nowhere near as big though. You actually sit down there and have a proper meal, a la carte. This is tiny. Right, so come out of the house lounge, and no way is that worth $82. Nice lounge, cleaner than the Qantas Lounge, really quite small, and food selection was pretty crap, to be honest. They did have quite a nice view of, nice close-up view of an Etihad plane, which is kind of cool. For now, I've got about another an hour or some 40 minutes till I'm board. I'm gonna go back to the Qantas Lounge because I think on balance, it's a nicer lounge. Got much better food selection, drink selection, probably about 3 times the size of that lounge. That lounge felt a little bit claustrophobic for me. There were a couple of spare seats, but just felt like everyone was on top of each other. I think with a Qantas Lounge, you can actually find a little spot to hide in. So I'm gonna go and do that. I kind of think that if there's 2 of you and it's $80 to go in there, like $160 for 2 people, I'm sure you could get much better value food and drink just out in this food court, because you probably don't eat a lot before you go. And it's just an incredible amount of money for not an awful lot. So as you know, I like to test the internet speeds at these airports. So I've connected to the free Sydney Wi-Fi, and I'm going to run the speed test. They're kind of a bit sneaky here. They don't actually let you run speed tests. They're blocked. But I've connected to a VPN, Australian VPN, so it should give us a reasonable view of what, how fast the internet connection is here. Just going to quickly run this. It's actually pretty decent. I've seen this quite a lot now, is airports are just getting better and better connections. So that's going to be a 131 megabits download and about 184 megabits upload with quite low latency. So that's actually pretty decent connection for an airport. Similar to when I was in Orlando, different parts of the airport have different speed connections. So I was just over in that in the lounge, and in there I only had 18 megabits down. The other thing with this airport compared to, say, the Orlando airport that I did the video on, there's very, very limited charging. They've just got it at these kind of desks, whereas Orlando, being a newer airport, had it on every seat, which is obviously the way airports are going. This airport's a little bit older, so it doesn't really have much in the way of charging facilities. Right, so that concludes my review of the Sydney Airport Terminal 1 international departures. As airports go, I think it's an alright airport, it's okay. It's not the greatest, it's just an okay airport. Internet speed is good, which is always important. The lounges aren't very good here compared to what I've seen at other airports. It's got a lot of fast food stuff, so like McDonald's, KFC, loads of places to eat, loads of places to shop. The iPhones are cheaper than what they are in the UK, so it's not all bad, but it's nothing really to shout home about. Yeah, and as I showed you on the video, they've got loads of these designer shops, which you see at loads of airports now. Complete waste of space. I don't really get it. I mean, that space could be used as like a kids' soft play area. You could have an area with like Xboxes and PlayStations in. You could have loads of cool places to sit. And yet we fill them with these designer shops that are just empty for 99% of the time. So it's just a complete waste. I think airports need to start looking at this, start innovating a little bit, and actually trying to supply the customer better, rather than just filling it with these expensive design shops that no one really cares about. But thanks for listening, and see you soon.